What's up guys, Marcus here from BlackOvis. I am here at Crispi headquarters in Utah. I'm here with John and we're here to talk about the new and updated boots from Crispi for 2022. Now John, let's walk through these boots and you can tell us all the new and exciting features that they offer.
Yeah, absolutely. We're really excited for this new year. Some of the models that we've updated from last year, some of the brand new models that we've created for this year. We think they're gonna fill some niches in the market and be great options for you guys to choose from. So to start off with, let's start first with the new Laponia 2. The Laponia was our #1 most requested boot in 2021. We got more phone calls, more emails from customers looking for this model. I think there's a couple reasons for that. Number one, it's the lightest hunting model we've ever made. And number two, it's extremely flexible. It's the softest, most flexible hunting boot that we've made. The problem with the Laponia 2 in our lineup was it didn't fit everybody super well. The people it did fit really loved it, but not everybody could wear it. So when we looked at redesigning this boot for 2022, we looked at ways we could update this boot, make it fit better, and also improve the performance. So right off the bat, you'll notice we added the asymmetrical lacing system that goes all the way down to the toe. This helps you fine-tune the fit for your specific foot shape. If you need a narrower toe box or a wider toe box, you have control of that on this boot. We also got rid of the leather upper and added our PU Tech material. The PU Tech is a synthetic Cordura material that's infused with polyurethane materials. So it's got increased puncture resistance, abrasion resistance. It's extremely lightweight. It also provides extremely good ankle support in this boot while keeping the weight extremely low. And then lastly, we gave it a little bit of a facelift with the new gray leather.
That looks awesome.
Kind of separate it on the shelf, make it look a little different from everything else. So 1.2 pounds, ultralight, early season uninsulated boot.
You know, the Laponia is a cool boot, and I feel like it was a bit of a sleeper at the start. There were a few people that were using it, but it wasn't really well known. But the last few years, it really picked up in popularity, and now we're seeing the 2.0 with a lot of cool features. Really excited to see how people like this.
Yeah, absolutely. You're exactly right. The Laponia really kind of got a slow start. I think people were a little bit gun shy of how flexible and how soft and lightweight it was, and weren't sure how it would hold up to heavy hunts or heavy packs. And I think people have been surprised as they wore it how well it did, and they liked the flexibility and they liked the lightweight. So if you're looking for a lightweight early season archery boot, the Laponia is a great option for you.
Awesome.
The complete opposite end of the spectrum from the Laponia is a brand new boot for us. This is the new Brikkestall Pro. So we've had the Briksdal in our lineup for a few years now. It's a 4-flex boot. It's available in a 200-gram insulated or an uninsulated model. Guys wanted a boot that was a little stiffer, so we added the Briksdal SF to the lineup. And then we got some feedback from customers that they wish the standard Briksdal with the 4-flex was just a little bit taller. One of the unique opportunities we have here at Crispi is a direct line to our factory in Italy, so we can take that feedback that we get from customers, feedback that we have ourselves from hunting in our boots on the mountain, and use that to kind of manipulate these designs and make improvements to them. So for 2022, Brikkestall Pro. It's a 200-gram insulated boot. It's the same 4-flex that the regular Briksdal is. It's the same asymmetrical lacing system and fit that the normal Briksdal is, but you get the extra inch of durability, support. It's really going to be a fantastic boot for high alpine mountain hunters, guys in Alaska. Only going to be available in 200 grams insulation. We think that's kind of the sweet spot for those mountain hunts. But if you're looking for a really extreme mountain hunting boot, this is probably the way to go.
You know, the Briksdal is my go-to hunting boot. I mean, I use the Colorado for the early season months where it's a lot warmer and I want to dump a little bit more heat. But then I switch over to this Briksdal, and I run the Briksdal early on as well too, just depending on the type of terrain.
Absolutely.
But my first question that comes to mind is, one of the reasons I love the Briksdal so much is because of the technical fit. Are we going to see that same technical fit in this Brikkestall Pro?
Yeah, absolutely. If you've tried on one of the standard Briksdals, you're familiar with how it fits. It runs a little bit lower volume than what some of our other boots like the Nevada or the Guide do. Little narrower, a little lower volume. This boot is going to fit the exact same. If you have a pair of Briksdals at home or if you try to pair on in the shop, this boot will literally feel the same. It's just going to give you a little bit more height on the ankle, a little bit more support. Let's go down to the Summit here. So the Summit has been in our lineup for years. It was for a long time our best-selling early season option. lightweight, it was flexible. It's a 3 on our flex rating. But we knew that we could make some improvements to it. And a couple of things we want to do is, one, give it a facelift, change the color of it up. So we added the new charcoal, the new brown, the new black colors. The other one was basically 3 different shades of brown. Yeah. So this one, I think it looks a little bit better on your foot. It looks a little bit better on the shelf. But we also recognized that there were some limitations in durability that we were seeing in the Cordura material we were using, the synthetic material. And so we made the switch to PU Tech. We'd made that same switch on the Thor, the Idaho, the Wyoming a couple years ago, and we've been blown away with the advancement we've seen in durability. So this diamond tread pattern is the PU Tech material. It's going to increase your abrasion resistance, increase durability, increase puncture resistant. If you're looking for a lightweight archery boot or an early season boot that has a little bit more support, the Summit is a great way to go.
You know, I had the opportunity to wear a pair of these in the early development phase last year, and the polyurethane right here, and I was actually using the Colorados, but you'll see that on the Colorados as we jump to those as well, but it is super strong. I mean, they look absolutely brand new, and I put so many days on these boots.
Absolutely.
Really cool added feature this year.
Yeah, I mean, with that PU Tech material, it's a polyurethane infused Cordura material. You know, a lot of guys that are looking for a synthetic boot are guys that are hunting in hot, dry, rocky country, and they want that lightweight, breathable boot. The downside to that has always been the synthetic material wore out quicker. So you should see an improvement with that PU Tech material. Holds up to rocks and abrasions and punctures way, way better.
Great.
From the Summit, we'll go to the Colorado, which you just talked about. Colorado was introduced a couple years ago, and it mainly came from the feedback we got, guys wearing the Summit boot on early season high country archery hunts that wished it just had a little bit more meat on the bones. They wanted just a little bit tougher of a boot. So when we came up with the Colorado, we made it a 4 flex rather than a 3. We beefed up the midsole on it to really hold up to those high alpine hunts. And when we made the change to PU Tech for the Summit boot, we decided to make that same change on the Colorado at the same time. So the only thing that's changed on the Colorado for the Colorado 2 is the addition of the PU Tech material just to help the durability of the boot. So
awesome.
If you've liked the Colorado and it's time for a new pair, you should see a lot more life out of these.
Great.
And then finally, along those same lines, is the Women's Summit. We introduced the Women's Summit a couple years ago. It was a great early season boot for the women, but we didn't like the way it looked. It was basically black and it had a little bit of blue on the side. We wanted it to, look a bit more technical, look a bit better on the foot, look as good as what it was performing in the field. And so we gave it a bit of a facelift. We added some color to it with some charcoal and some navy suede. We switched the laces up on it and then gave it the PU Tech, the same PU Tech material on the men's boot. So for our women hunters out there, for an early season boot, summer backpacking boot, summer scouting boot, the Summit's a great way to go.
Yeah, it looks great.
And then lastly, for 2022, this is really the boot that we're the most excited about offering. It's a brand new boot in our lineup. It's a little bit of a transition from some of our more extreme mountain hunting boots that we've offered in the past. Last year, we came out with the new Ativa Mid, and it was extremely popular. It was lightweight, it was flexible, Gore-Tex, and we mostly had that boot in mind as like, it's in our urban outdoor category. So mostly guys wearing it to work, wearing it to the office, wearing it on short hikes, maybe wearing it on some hunts, but mostly,
summer scouting.
Yeah, it's just like a light hiker.
Yep.
And what we found was guys got that boot and they loved it. They loved the way it felt on their foot. They loved the way it performed. And they really started taking it into some country and on some hunts that we never planned on it going. And so we wanted to take kind of the idea we had with the Ativa Mid and really ramp it up. And so that's where the Altitude was born. It's built on the same platform as the Ativa Mid as far as the shape of the boot. The fit of the boot is going to fit really similar to the Ativa Mid. We did beef up the midsole on a little bit. We added the full PU covered leather rand, so even more durability. It's just a touch higher, so it provides just a little bit more ankle support. This is an uninsulated, flexible boot. It's also a little bit of a hybrid on our flex rating. Every other one of our other boots has been a 2 or a 3 or a 4 or a 5. This is a 2.5. So it's a little bit more flexible than what the Laponia would be.
Yep.
Or I mean,
a little stiffer.
A little stiffer than what the Laponia would be, but a little bit more flexible than what, say, the Summit would be. So if you're looking for a boot that can kind of do a lot of things really well, it's comfortable enough to wear to the office, it looks good enough to kind of wear around town, but it'd be a great summer backpacking boot, it'd be a great summer scouting boot, all the way into early archery season. And I suspect with a lot of guys getting this boot this year, we'll see it on the mountain in probably late September, October, and guys probably even pushing it into November.
You know, when I first saw the Ativa Mid come out last year, super excited about it. I hopped into a pair right away. And that was the one thing I was like, man, I love this boot so much, but I wish I could feel comfortable packing a lot of weight on my back.
Yeah, absolutely.
Using it. I think that's what this boot is going to do right here. The Altitude it's beefed up to the point where you can feel comfortable having a heavy pack on, packing out a load in the backcountry, but also having such a light boot that has a great flex rating to it. I think this is really going to be a hit.
Yeah, absolutely. I was really blown away when we got the first samples in that were in my size, because I've been wearing a pair of Ativa Mids for an entire year. And I turkey hunted them last year, I deer hunted in them last year, and I really, really liked them. And I didn't think there was going to be a lot of difference between the Ativa Mid and this Altitude. And as soon as I got it and put it on my foot, I was blown away. The comfort and the feel of this boot compared to even the Ativa Mid or some of the other lightweight boots in our lineup it's night and day different. It's still extremely lightweight. The padding that we put in this boot, the way it feels on your foot, it cushions it really well. It's just extremely comfortable. I think when people see it on the counter or see it on the shelf or see it on the website, they're going to want to take a look at it. But as soon as you put it on your foot, you're going to want to buy it. You're not going to want to take it off. It's that type of a comfortable boot. The other cool thing we did with this, I don't have a brown one here, but it comes in the olive color and then in more of a traditional brown color as well. So if you like brown leather hunting boots, you know, we've got one covered for you, but I think the olive looks really cool.
I really like the olive. Yeah. I think it looks great.
I think there's a little bit of a back and forth in the office about what color people are gonna like more. So we're super interested to see how it works out for this year.
Awesome, man. Hey, well, John, thank you for giving us a rundown of all the new and updated boots for Crispi 2022. If you have any other questions that we have not covered in this video, comment below or give us a call. We'd love to help you out. Thanks, John.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Thanks for coming by, guys.